Hi guys, it's Ming here. It's December of 2017. I essentially started in November, so I've learnt the cello for essentially a month. Just thought I'll show you my setup and maybe just a small practice session. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at how I am sitting. I'm sitting here in the chair in front of a glass pane. Hello. So I don't really have a mirror, so this lets me see all my mistakes while I'm bowing. Over here I have my music stand with my music, and next to me I have a little table here with my little practice journal, cello mute, and my rosin. It allows me to write down things that I'm not very familiar with, or things to practice. I find that sort of helps me stay on track a lot better. So maybe it may be a good idea to set you down here and practice a little bit. So I haven't really warmed up that much, so this is fairly accurate of what I do normally. So I'll start off with a few open strings first. Trying to keep my shoulder relaxed, using my arm weight. Now I've noticed I have a tendency to drop this arm, so this is not parallel to the bridge, which I'm trying to do. So I always have to make sure that I pronate my hand and raise it up again. I notice for the D string, before I was coming more towards me, and before I was skewing this way, the D string I start skewing this way. So I think of it as pushing the bow away from my body and bowing outwards. It's a bit more tricky because it's higher up, but I'm trying to relax the shoulder. That's the main challenge for me. I always raise the shoulder, and because I raise the shoulder, I realize my arm weight's not pressing down enough, and that it's not relaxed. I need a more relaxed way of playing the D string. For the A string, I realized that I was angling a lot and it's brushing the side of the cello over here. I realized that I can drop it further so it's shallower, so it doesn't touch the D string over here. What that allows me to do is focus on dropping my shoulder more, and just like the D string, I find the A string, it feels as if I'm pushing my hand outwards to keep that parallelness towards the bridge. But because I'm out here, I risk tensing up my hand, so I gotta tell myself I gotta keep the hand relaxed, use my arm weight to press down, not my hand to press down. And I realize as a beginner, like, my shakiness, at first I will be, because there's so much tension, but if I let my arm weight do the work, it sounds generally a lot more smoother. as if I have to opposite to the A string arrow, away from the body. This is towards the body. So by the time I end over here, it's still parallel to the bridge. I'm not moving up and down the string, and I'm making sure that I'm applying enough of my arm weight to sustain a nice sound instead of it gliding over the string. It's got a bit of bite to it, and I can feel the cello vibrate against my chest. Okay, so usually I go through the open strings for quite a bit, but I first learned D major because it's in first position. This rental cello has 2 dots. The first dot for my index finger, maybe you cannot see, and the second dot for the 4th finger, 1st and 4th finger. So D major, so involves these 2 strings, the A string and the D string, the 2 thinnest strings. Super basic. So I'll first practice the D major scale, which I learned 2 weeks ago. Here, I noticed that I have a tendency to rub the G string sometimes along with the D string when I'm not concentrating. Finding first position is still difficult for me. My 3rd finger, my biggest habit that I can't get rid of even until now is my 3rd finger tends to come up closer to my middle finger. I'm not spreading them, the 2nd and 3rd fingers far enough apart. So I play this a little too flat all the time. And before I was playing with this cramped position, raising my left arm, my left shoulder, and playing like this. Now I'm playing with a more of a straightness between my arm and my hand, and allowing this to sink. What I'm doing is using my back muscles to pull the arm down rather than using tendon, because there's no muscle in your hand. So if I'm pulling this back, I can't do that with a high shoulder. If I drop my shoulder so it's nice and relaxed and pull back, I'm not pressing down my fingers, I'm pulling back. So I'm like hanging onto the fingerboard. So I find it helps a lot. And as a beginner, I found that at the beginning I was tensing quite a bit and it was really tiring me out. I was pressing down so far. Yeah, it was just too tiring. You need to find a balance where you're relaxed, but it's enough to press down so the finger, you make a good sound. I mean, at the end of the day, playing the notes is not hard. Playing a good sound is hard. Yeah, I would say. So I would sit here and play scales, long, slow scales for ages. I think, what they say is true. If you practice slowly, it gives you time to imprint into your muscle memory like the good positions. So I'm still working on my 3rd finger. And then, excitingly, before that I learned string changes, crossing over from strings, from basically from D to A. So would have exercises from the Suzuki book that did 4 semiquavers and 2 quavers. So something similar to. sound too good, so I probably need to work on that. But you're trying to make a sustained, nice sound that's not gliding over the strings, and you need to have a clean crossover from one string to the other. So none of this, both double, double sound. It's not good. Then we played different rhythms. From that we had let's see. Yeah, we moved on to this rhythm. And then it was, so this plays on the D string, pause, rest, and then this one you actually push on the A string, and then so it's alternating between two different bow strokes, so it gives you a bit more variety. So what I realized, and it all ties in, the D major and crossing strings leads you to play the very first piece. I hate it, but I think it's good because it ties it all together, and that's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I'm so excited. That's like the first piece that I can now play. There's many types of rhythms. At first my teacher got me to do one that gave me more time to think about me placing my fingers on the fingerboard. So it was semiquavers. Semiquaver, yeah. That was the exercise. Still not good with the third finger. I'm still thinking too much. I need to work on that. Then you'll notice that I was only just using this part, lower half of the bow, not so much using the top half, which is still important. So then we did alternating bow strokes with the full song. So you'll notice it's half bow, this half of the bow first, and it stops at the tip, and now we change to upper bow. Alternate back into the lower half of the bow. Alright? Alright, alternate again. So you need to think about what you do wrong. The final few notes, I touched the G string. I noticed at the tip, pushing, up bow. Yeah, up bow is not consistent for me. So it's fine, but when I go back, I'm not fully pressing down on the string. So my index finger is not fully transferring my arm weight into the bow. So I need to focus on keeping that sound consistent. So there you go. First month, what do I achieve? Just learning how to hold the instrument in general, how to hold the bow in general. And I mean, there's so many bow holds, and also learn how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But it all ties up together. We're practicing this half of the bow, this half of the bow, switching. And practicing, which is, it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is essentially D major. Once you know D major, you can play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So it all ties up together nicely, and it makes you feel like you've achieved, something. And no, it's a good feeling. Learning from completely making sounds like this, where I'm making too many noises to like not smooth, to improving. So it's the quality of the sound improves as you practice more, and yeah, you become more confident. And you're saving money, because by the time you go to your lesson, you'll feel prepared, you've done enough practice. Oh yeah, and if you're curious how much practice I do, I actually keep a diary. My diary. And I actually track how many minutes, it's backwards, how many minutes I do every week, along with notes on what I do, how to hold the things better in my super messy handwriting. As much as possible, I try to, why is that not ticked? I did that. I try to write out a list of what I think I want to work on, and I tick them as I go. And if I can't do it, you can see it's not always achievable next time. That way you are doing quality practice and not just wasting time, a long time doing nothing at all. You can see that I wasn't very comfortable with reading music, and so I took it upon myself to try to draw it out. I think as an adult, a major advantage you have compared to children is you can critically analyze what you're doing, and you can read things online. How amazing is that? Yeah, so a summary of what I achieved in the first month. Hope it wasn't too long-winded, but I'm super excited to keep going. Practice, practice, practice. You know what they say, Aristotle's quote, I don't know if Aristotle himself said it, but a common quote is, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. So don't compare yourself, just keep preparing yourself. Oh, that rhymes. Yeah, I mean, your progress might be different to mine. I'm sure there's lots of people that are playing much more advanced things and doing much more amazing things within 1 month of cello, learning the cello. But I'm proud of what I achieved, and what someone else achieves doesn't impact me negatively in any way. I'm making baby steps, and hopefully you do too if you're a new beginner. Hopefully this is motivating. Yeah, keep a diary. Super, super helpful. And if you write down your minutes and you see that you're not doing enough, well, it makes you think, right? Okay, thanks for watching. See you, bye.